So today I would like to talk about fatherhood. But to talk about fatherhood, I want to speak about cars. Ready for this? I'm going to ask you something very special. Who likes trucks here? Any of you like trucks? Yes? No? Yes? Okay. Can you name me your favorite brand? Scania. Scania, that's Slovak or? Yeah, Scania. Okay. So imagine this 4x4 huge Scania truck. Okay? Now, then we get another different type of cars. Do you like racing cars, any of you? Yes? Tell me a brand. Ferrari. No? Let's say Ferrari, okay? So you get the Scania car and the Ferrari. Now, if you put both together in a circuit, in a racing place, who is going to win, the Ferrari or the Scania? The Ferrari, right? But, listen carefully. If you put them both in the desert, who's going to win, the Scania or the Ferrari? The Scania. Why? Because they are different, right? They're totally different, and they're made for different things, all right? Why is this important? Because it is the same with us. We're totally different because we're made for different things. Not only between us, for example, do I look like Father Michael? Not really, right? Father Michael has this amazing hair up here. And I don't know what happened. It jumps from here to here. So, I don't know what happened. So we're different, okay? We're not the same. Because Father Michael is unique. There's not going to be any other Father Michael in the whole of the history. Just himself. Because God is so creative that we can see it, not only externally, we can see it externally now because you can recognize him. There's no one like him, right? I don't think so. I hope not. No? And at the same time, that external way of being totally different from the rest of the world, absolutely different, means he's also totally different inside. Nobody is going to hug like Father Michael. Nobody's going to look like him. Nobody's going to walk like him. Nobody is going to think like him. It's just him. He's unique, right? Now, this is very important to talk about fatherhood. Just like a Ferrari and a Scania, are men and women different, yes or no? Yes, they are. Totally different. Do both have the same dignity, yes or no? Yes, absolutely. We have exactly the same difference. But if you look externally, we're completely different. I can see the difference between me and her right away. No? If in the external we are different, it means we were also created for different things. And this is the beauty. Looking at the body, we can realize that we were made for something different. Is that making one better than the other? Not at all. It's just like the Scania and the Ferrari. They're made for totally different things. So I'm asking you today, ready for this one? Who will win if we put the best racer in the world, man, versus the best racer in the world, woman, who will win? The man, right? There's no way a woman can ever beat a man in racing. Does that make man better than woman? No, they're just different. I'll put you an example. Man, here, did you ever try to think about more than one thing at the same time? Can you do it? Well, woman can. We can't, it's impossible. We can't think about more than one thing at the same time, but the woman is everywhere. She knows how to see everything. I cannot be listening to you and all of a sudden realizing there's something happening here. I'm just in my absolute, I don't know how to do it. It's amazing. Now watch this. Women have something that is so beautiful that men will never be able to grasp. Ever. We don't know what is. It's mind-blowing. Ready for this? I will never know what is to have a life inside of me. Never. Wow, that has to be so amazing. How do you do it? A live fear. You know, my sister, when she's pregnant, I always like to come near her, and she goes, look now, look now. So she shows me her tummy, and all of a sudden, boom, something appears, boom. I'm like, what? No? And the bond between the baby and the mother, we will never, as man, grasp what that means. Ever. And my question is, does that make woman better than man? Yes or no? No. No. Some women are doubting here, like, you don't know what you're saying now. Priests are only man. Is that because I chose it? No, it's because Jesus said that way. Is why only women can have babies? Because God said that way, and I don't know why, but I love it because we're different. And being together in this way makes a whole of sense. Our differences are not a threat, they are a richness. Because when we work through them with love, it means I have in you what I don't have in me. So this is very important to understand now, the difference between man and woman. If you see physically, we're totally different. And there we can get clues of how we are made. Man is thought by God to take the initiative. Even in sexuality, you will see it. Man is made to take the initiative. Woman is made to receive and multiply. This is nature. This is the beauty of creation. Man is made to take the initiative, not only physically, but in so many ways. And where are the men of this world? What's happening with our paternity? Did we lose it? What's happening with us? One of the most endangered species in the world right now are men. Did you know that? Because we lost totally the grip of what it is to be a man. We have lost our identity. We don't know how to be what we are. You are called to take the initiative in loving, in caring, in the way you work, in the way you look at your children. In fact, men and women are made totally different. Mom is there to teach you the word yes, to teach you how to live, to provide you with everything, to really hug you and be tender with you. Man is there to teach you the word no, to teach you how to lay down your life, to teach you that there's a limit, that you have to know that you're not the center of the world, and that is not a problem. So when you have too much of both, we have a problem. Why? Because if you have a mother that is absolutely on top of you, doing everything for you and not letting you do this and have you seen, there was a very good advertisement of Burger King, no? And there's this mother that comes with his little boy like your age. How old are you guys? Huh? 8. All right. So a mom that comes with an 8-year-old boy to a Burger King, no? And the one who was attending them said, "How old are you?" And the mom goes, "He's 8. "And what's your name?" "His name is Kevin." And the boy was like, "And what's your favorite sport?" "He loves soccer." The boy is like, and all of a sudden he says, okay, what would you like to order? And then the mom has no idea because it's for her first time in Burger King. She's like, and the little boy goes, I want a Whopper with fries. No? It's the first time he was allowed to take the initiative. Be careful. Sometimes when we try to overprotect children, we don't allow them to get the initiative. If you solve all of your problems of your son, he thinks all the problems of the world have to be solved for him. And that is not the point. He needs to go through crisis. He needs to know that he can choose. He needs to know that there's no problem in going wrong and standing up again. It's not a problem. And there, with fatherhood is the same. The father has to teach you how to lay down your life. I don't know if you've seen these YouTube videos. They're very funny. When you get a woman just married with a bouquet of roses or of flowers that goes like this, and that means whoever catches the bouquet of roses will be the next one in marrying. And you see all of this woman trying to get no? And then they change it and you see a man just married with a bouquet of flowers and all of his friends behind. He goes like this, and then you see all the friends running away from the, no? Why? I've seen many women ready to lay down their lives. But what's happening with us? What's happening with us, men, that are running away from laying down our lives? Who took away our identity? Because as you see here, the one who gives your identity is the Father. In the Jews, the one who gave the name is Saint Joseph. Is the Father who names you. Why? Because he gives you your identity. Why? This comes from a very simple thing, okay? Again, the mother, you always know who is the mother, right? Because, it's not that you drank too much beers. It's just you're pregnant, okay? But the father, sometimes you don't know who he is, no? So, the father has to recognize, you are my son. You have a father. You have an identity. You belong. Fathers, your role in family is absolutely necessary. You need to know how to be men. We need to know what is to be fathers again. We forgot that. And it's a pity. And there are many things that are taking that away from us. There are kids here, so I don't want to get into it, but I guess you understand when I say, when you go and see internet in a bad way, that's stealing your fatherhood. You know what I mean? When I'm telling you, you not only drink milk, that is stealing your fatherhood. It's stealing your personality. It's stealing your initiative. There's so many ways where we have to recover and re-understand what it is. It is the biggest crisis of identity that we're suffering in our world is nowadays. I worked in Ukraine, and in Ukraine I worked in the war zone for almost 3 years. And I remember telling one of the people there, how much I would love for you to come to the EU, and once you're in the EU, you're gonna be safe. And I remember she looked at me and she said, to the EU? You guys don't know how to distinguish between a man and a woman. I don't know if I want to come into the EU. These things, we just don't grasp them. So today, the Lord is going to give us the most beautiful gift, and he is called Saint Joseph. He is a father for excellency. He is the one who takes care of the sacred family. And he's giving him to us as a father. You can be adopted by Saint Joseph. He is an expert in adopting, you know. He knows how to take care of a son that is not his, but at the same time is his more than ever. If you allow St. Joseph to adopt you, if you have never had a chance to know what a fatherhood is, ask St. Joseph, because if there's one wish of Jesus in this world, it's for us to know his heavenly Father. And that's the biggest threat of the devil. He doesn't want you to know you have a father. And I'll prove it to you. Ready for this? Now tell me how many churches in Ireland are dedicated to God the Father? 0. Do you know how many churches are dedicated to God the Father in the whole world? 5. Isn't it strange? Now tell me, how many feast days do we have in the Catholic Church dedicated to God the Father? 0. How come? Because the devil is terrified. Once you know your heavenly Father, you know where you belong. End of the crisis of not knowing who you are. End of the crisis of being absolutely deorientated. End of feeling an orphan and feeling alone. If your heavenly Father is who he is, be ready to be loved. So what is the Lord asking us today? Let's rethink. Let's see where fatherhood comes from. Let's see how St. Joseph can help us man to be truly man. This is not an insult to anything. In fact, sometimes I've seen feminist movements that are a mockery against women. Some feminist movements are just women trying to pretend to be what they hate, which is man. And that's not knowing the beauty of what is it to be a woman. And likewise the other way around. If we only knew the value that each one has individually in his uniqueness, we wouldn't be thinking of being someone else. Do you think your heavenly Father would change you for anyone? Don't you know you're really well made? Yes, you might be a mess of confusion. Welcome to the club. We all get confused in our lives. But where are you going to find who you are if the Lord doesn't tell you? To know how a Ferrari works, I have to ask the Italian engineer, no? To know how this Ferrari works, I have to ask the heavenly engineer. I really have to know. Because if not, do you know what we're missing? It's like trying to put the Ferrari in the desert. It's not going to work. It's going to be a constant frustration. I cannot be a woman. It's going to be a constant frustration in my life. And it's something that it's really important to know. Today, St. Joseph, we're going to ask in his fatherhood to really take care of us. The beauty that is within you is so big that if you don't know it, maybe that would be the best petition you can ask St. Joseph today. Please, let me understand my identity. Let me know who I am. I really need to rediscover so many things. I am tired of not laying down my life. I don't know how to be. My father was in this situation where I just didn't know him, and I'm so confused. Please, St. Joseph, adopt me today to be the father that I need to be. Let us ask the Lord today that he really enlighten everything in our lives so that this can start in a beautiful way and that people might know what a true woman is and a true father is. Amen.